Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and that was just a snippet of how exciting yesterday's sessions were, and today on the last day here in Malaga, Spain for the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships. I'm Emilia Potter, joined by Alexander Nadal.
Super heavyweight time, Emilia.
Exactly that, and the weight they'll be lifting will be super heavy as well. We have some huge numbers coming up in the 84 plus and the 120 plus. You can see here Sunita Muller of Belgium opening with 300 kilos, which is just silly. You know, she made a lot of statements coming into this saying that she's going to do something big and she wants people to know it, and with an opener like that on squat with 300 kilos, her bench opener at 145 and her deadlift opener currently at 242.5, you can see why she is so decorated as an athlete.
Yeah, she's not low bowling today by any means.
No, and as a result, you know, she is so far ahead of the competition on total, but then also kind of on an island of her own, we have a Queen Anoa from Great Britain in silver on prognosis, and then again, quite separate, Amélie Merger from France in bronze. So looks like the podium right now is pretty set, but things can change. Anina Luhtinen from Finland, 162.5 kilos.
Nice opener, very speedy, 3 white lights, and also very deep, which is good for these heavyweight. Sometimes it gets hard to see depth, and she made sure to be very, very convincing. If I remember correctly, it cost Sunita a squat at Sheffield. She only had 2 squats.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gets 3 today, opening with 300. That could lead to some crazy weight.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But first you have Matilda Xiao from Sweden, 180 kilos. Lovely easy opener for Matilda. And a good lift, 3 white lights. Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir from Iceland, 187.5 kilos.
That's very close to our PB of 192.5.
She's only been competing for 2 years as well, so very, very new. Perhaps why opening so close to her max there, hasn't quite found her ceiling of strength yet.
And 3 white lights, a good lift for Hanna.
Good lift, 3 white lights. 187.5 of the mouth of Torbjörn Mathiasdottir of Iceland. Jerzy Onoha, get ready. Bar loaded, 187.5 kilos for Mathiasdottir of Iceland.
Torbjörg Mathiasdottir from Iceland, 187.5 kilos for opening a 10. And another lifter opening pretty close, just 10 kilos under here.
Great opener, very deep, very convincing. 3 white lights for the Icelandic.
200 on the mouth. And then Jerzy of France. Onoha, blue, get ready. Last 3
Amelie Mirza from France, opening on 200 kilos. As I mentioned before, on prognosis in third overall, and should be pretty safe here as long as she has a pretty decent day. If not, perhaps Xiao and Lutonen can push her a little bit, but for now their gap is pretty significant based off openers.
And for Amélie Miege to be looking at third position, even though she dropped 20 kilos of body weight, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that affects her lifting today, particularly her bench, as she is a huge bencher.
Two to one, a good lift.
2 to 1, a good lift, a good lift from Liège.
Red card from the left-hand side referee, so Dosal will get on the replay.
Great Britain. Malone, Conan, get ready.
Sometimes a little harder with the lifters who have bigger legs to see depth, but she seems actually good from that side as well on
Yeah.
replay.
Seems good to me. Trying to be unbiased here.
It's okay, good to me as well. Now, a very new face on the international scene, Quinn Onua, first international, I believe, from Great Britain, 225 kilos, coming out just before Sanita. Just a little sneak peek into the future. Her deadlift opener is 240 kilos.
Massive.
I'm looking forward to seeing what she can put up today. Still fairly new to the sport and continuing to put kilos on that total.
I benched with her 2 days ago. She was looking good. Snappy.
Yeah, really smooth. 3 white lights, a good lift. And you sometimes worry when you see a lifter sink their squat that much that it'll be a little sticky, but
Your eyes are not deceiving you. We are loading.
not at all.
The thing that had me worried is because her lockout was so snappy, I almost thought for a second she was going to unlock her knees.
And as we alluded to before, Sanita Muller, 300 kilos, so 13 kilos below her world record squat here. Absolutely incredible for her opening attempt. It says obviously her squat PP is 311. That's not quite updated. We saw her squat 313 at Sheffield.
Looking all forged up, and you know the saying, look good, perform good.
Absolutely, and here she is, 300 kilos on her opening attempt. An absolutely mammoth squat. It would be huge on a third attempt, but an opener is just insanity. Plenty of time to get that
Is it
squat
going
command.
to be the Sonita show today?
Wow, look at that. And it looked a good quality as well. 2 to 1, a good lift. See, that was the side that I was watching, and in person it looked good to me, but I'm not at the referee's position, so we'll watch again in the replay.
It looked better in person.
It did, yeah. The jury are happy with it, though. And that concludes our opening round of squats. Of course, Sanita with 300 kilos, I'm sure securing the gold on her opener, but Onua in silver and Merja in bronze, and it looks like that might be the way it stays heading through squats and perhaps the competition. 175 for Anina Lutonen.
Twelve and a half kilo jump for the finish. Still looking good. 3 white lights for Anina Lutonen.
Sigurjónsdóttir of Iceland. Matthíasdóttir. Yala, get ready.
Hannah Sergionsdottir from Iceland, 197.5.
7.5 kilos for Anna Sigurjónsdóttir, Iceland.
$10 jump from her opener and a 5 kilo personal best should she make this.
She received the squat command, sinks her squat, and a new personal best, 3 white lights.
7.5 Iceland, Jana Nierje, get ready.
Thorbjörg Mathiasdottir from Iceland, taking a 10 kilo jump to 197.5 to match her personal best on her second. And a good lift, 3 white lights. Pretty easy then.
Yeah, much PB.
200 on the bar for Tilda Kjell, Sweden, Nierje, Odoha, get ready. Bar is loaded, 200 kilos.
Matilda Kjell, 200 kilos, a 20 kilo jump from her opener here.
Judging by her PB of 225, I was expecting that kind of jump. I think we can expect the same jump back to back for Matilda Ayala.
Yeah, it's really strong, and that's why, you know, we can say podiums look a certain way, but Mirja really isn't 100% safe if misses happen. Especially she's taking slightly smaller jumps, I think trying to be conservative because she knows that is the case.
And I think with her body weight being that down compared to where she was previously, she's still gauging where she is. Rebuilding in the class.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what you said, she's lost a lot of weight. So 252.5 is the most she's ever squat in this weight class, but she's still 20 kilos lighter than she was before, which is a considerable reduction in body weight percentage.
Yeah, she weighed in at 132. She squatted 252.5 over 150. So it makes a lot of difference.
210 kilos for her second here, and it will take her into squat bronze heading into the third round. See how this moves.
It looked very deep from our point of view. 3 white lights, a good lift, and some good margin for a nice third, maybe 217.5, 220.
I see that being completely justifiable. I think you probably have a more insight to her training here than anybody else. 240 kilos for Quinn Anua from Great Britain. A huge second attempt squat. 15 kilo jump from her opener, and you can see why they made this jump. It's so comfortable. This is only 2.5 kilos below her personal best, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was still pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it looks like she made some great progress. The opener was very, very fast, very convincing. She's making a name for herself here. The GB ladies really are no joke.
Wow, looks like prep's been good to her.
Very reasonable second attempt. 3 white lights.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
mean,
we
you
are
can only
loading
load
up
the 250 now.
318 kilos for a world record for Sunita Muller of Belgium. The record is currently 313.
And in our second round of squats in this first flight, we have Sunita Muller, the current record holder in squats with 313 kilos, looking to extend that now. It's very, very exciting as they move the rack in so she doesn't clip all of those plates.
We were biting our tongues, but we knew this one was coming. 318, Amelia.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge. And for a new world record, the bar is loaded for Sunita Muller from Belgium. 318 kilos, 700 pounds. An absolutely mammoth amount of weight. And she's not pulling her punches today, even though she's not being chased. There's no one near her. She is not going to put down an easy day. She is going to squat what she can. 700 pounds, a new world record should she get this.
An all-out Sunita is a scary sight.
It's eluded her at Sheffield. See if she can get her redemption today. Oh, it's a fight, but she stands it up. An incredible effort from Muller, and it is a new world record for Sunita Muller. 318 kilos, 700 pounds, and it's just in the second attempt, ladies and gentlemen, with one more to go. Phenomenal.
First weight on the bar, 185 kilos. Anina Luontone from Finland. Sigurion Sotir, Matthias Sotir, get ready. 4 attempts to change openers for the men. 4 attempts only.
And we go through to our third and final round of squats. Anina Luontone from Finland, looking for 185. Yeah, it looks like Sunita's X'd out that third attempt. I'm not surprised. You know, I think that was the number she wanted today, and there's no need to perhaps further the record that she wants to break at a later date.
It won't impact the other lifters since she was the last one out anyway.
Yeah. Anina Luontone from Finland, 185.
As fast, but maybe not as deep. 2-1, but 1 red card for the right side referee for the moment. The lift is good. The jury's looking at it. If they want to intervene, they'll need to be unanimous.
And it looks like they're happy with it.
Good for her.
Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir from Iceland, 205 kilos.
Sigurion Sotir of Iceland. Matthias Sotir, Fjalla, get ready.
Seven and a half kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best for Hannah.
Oh, it's a bit of work. A big smile on the way up there for Hannah.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. New personal best of 205.
The lifter remains unlighted. This is Torbjorn Mathiasdottir. To be followed by Kala, Mierje, Onoha. And then the 120 plus men will lift. One attempt to change openers at the
Our
bar.
teammate to follow now. Thorbjorg Mathiasdottir from Iceland. 205 kilos. Matching her teammate's squat there.
What a third.
Phenomenal effort there and a good lift. 3 white lights.
210 on the bar. This is for Hilda Kjalla of Sweden. This will pull her into provisional bronze medal position. Mierje, Onoha, get ready. The bar is loaded.
Matilda Hjau from Sweden. 210 kilos to move her into squat bronze for the time being. With Mierje to follow. And she's lighter. Mierje. Saw a big 20 kilo jump from her first second. 200 looked really good. Wow, very comfortable.
Yeah, it looked comfortable. I was expecting a bigger jump, to be honest. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Perhaps just pacing herself well. Maybe she doesn't have much of a grind in her and it just falls off quite quickly. Amélie Mierje from France, looking to take back that squat bronze medal from Hjau. 217.5 kilos, like you said, just trying to recalibrate where her strength levels are now she's lost some of her body weight. Moving her into bronze position on squats and keeping her there.
We can hear Laura Motalen, the 76 vice champion, cheering on Amélie from the crowd. A nice third for Amélie Mierje. 3 white lights, 3 for 3 in the squat events.
And she moves into that bronze medal position. Lovely stuff. I think probably very gratifying after losing weight and knowing that you can still fight up there at the top. A final squat in the 84 kilo plus category. Akwin Onua already has squat silver secured. The bar is loaded, looking for a 10 kilo jump, a 7.5 kilo personal best should she get this. Ending on 250 is absolutely massive.
Absolutely massive and stellar progress from the Queen.
Steadies herself from the walk out there.
Yeah, settle, wait for the command.
Oh, as a beautiful third attempt from Akwin. And a good lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah, she's definitely very pleased with that one.
Well deserved, I mean.
Yeah, wow. 250 is a huge squat. And I don't think it's a secret that she'll probably be deadlifting north of that as well. And that concludes our squats for the 84 plus kilo women. In bronze, Amelie Merger with 217.5. In silver, Aquin Onua with that lovely 250. And of course, with a new world record, Sunita Muller, Belgium, with 318 kilos. We now move into the 120 plus, and just a bit of an update. Timo Samkaradze, who did show up and weigh in, I think hurt himself during warm-ups, hurt his leg, and is now not competing, which opens up the title a little bit for a couple of other lifters. Kochak more than anybody else there, but other people will be chasing it, and what a spanner.
Very surprising because he looked fully healthy, training at the venue, the hotel. He looked good, so hurting himself is not the greatest thing.
Now we have Thorstein Otterson from Iceland, 285.
Three white lights for the Icelandic. Nice and steady opener.
Matteo Cavedi, 295 kilos for his opening attempt. Very comfortable. And three white lights, a good lift. And this is normally where we see some pretty big jumps. Some of the biggest jumps from the competition, I would say, come in the form of the 120 plus squat jumps.
Loaded, 300 kilos, Richard Clem, Czechia.
Richard Clem from Czechia, 300 kilos in the bar for his opening attempt.
I mean, in these weight classes, that's just one jump away of his personal best of 322.5. Very convincing opener from Clem Richard. 3 white legs, he's on the board. And you can see on the scoreboard, all attempts for Timo Samkaradze have been scratched out. The venue is quite in shock. We've seen multiple people come to the commentary booth to warn us that he's been out, injured. His leg seemed to be the problem.
Yeah, quite surprising to see, and I'm wondering, you know, exactly what happened, but we saw him limping out of the warm-up area, and his coach came out and said his legs are the issue. So hopefully not a long-lasting issue, just something that's bothering him today. Jacek Juszczyk from Poland, 310 kilos. Lovely deep opener there from Jacek. There's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Good lift. Juszczyk, 340 on the bar. The Czech Kochak of Turkey. Holinai, Kirkbride Richards, get ready.
now looking like the favorite to win. Sam Karadze has to take himself out of the competition due to injury. You have Cenk Kocak from Turkey opening on 340 kilos. And it's not a clear-cut win. You know, he will be chased, especially if he doesn't make all of his lifts. But we know he has a mammoth deadlift on him. He will be pulling last, especially now, as I mentioned, Sam Karadze is out of the race. It's a very low squat rack for Cenk. Strong.
Looking good.
Yeah, and I'm sure that it's changed his mindset a lot, seeing that Timo isn't competing. 3 white lights, a good lift.
He might have been able to put up a fight anyway, even if Timo was in full health.
Oh, 100%. I think perhaps knowing it's his to lose now rather than his to chase shifts that into a protective mindset. Viktor Holinai from Ukraine looking for a podium position as well. 345 kilos.
One of the other lifters surely able to put up a fight. And now looking at a podium finish in the class.
Yeah, and as long as he can make some decent sized jumps and his lifts, he should be able to, you know, have a really strong fight for podium. But Kirkbride Richards from Great Britain, not a million miles off behind him, especially if he's to make any mistakes. But it looks good as an opener, as you'd expect it to be.
3 white lights. He's on the board.
Kirkbride Richards, Great Britain, Pasca, Sutaru, get ready. Bars loaded at 347.5 kilos for Paul Kirkbride Richards, Great Britain.
We now have Paul Kirkbride Richards from Great Britain, 347.5 kilos for an opening squat.
Good luck, fist bumps going out. Love to see it.
Again, could be chasing podium here. Every lift counts. Wow. Very speedy opener from Paul, and is a good lift. 3 white lights.
The gentle giants from GB.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his first, if not one of his first internationals as well. So glad to see him looking comfortable on the platform already.
2 more openers to go.
Yes, and the first of which is Markus Patschke from Germany, 350 kilos.
More of a difficult opener, to be fair, but 3 white lights. He's on the board.
And a good lift. We are loaded at 370 now for Bjorn Superud of Norway. Last lift in round 1 for Parson of Clavedi. Get ready. Bars loaded, 370 kilos.
Bars loaded, 370 kilos for Bjorn André Stutterud Vesterby of Norway. Fresh out of the juniors, and he is already a 400 kilo squatter. 24 years old. So if he makes some decent jumps here, definite threat for podium. Wow.
Okay. I haven't been saying it this morning, but load it up.
Yeah, I'm sure we will see a few times where they will in fact be loading it up.
And I think the TC is just telling him that he needs to pull down his socks. He doesn't have the right to have him in contact with the knee sleeves.
You can see here Kirkbride Richards sitting in bronze currently for squat, Patchka in silver, and of course Satared Vesterby in gold. We head into the second round of squats, where it's subject to move around a little bit for the next 20 minutes or so. We have Thorstein Ottersen from Iceland. And the clock is running down, and he comes in now a little bit late, 25 seconds. I think perhaps distracted by his teammate coming off there, talking to the TC. 20 kilo jump from his opener, and hopefully it's still something that's comfortable, because he's going to need to unrack that and get the squat command in the next 10 seconds.
It's going to be a buzzer beater. Nice.
4 seconds to spare. And it looked good. You have to consider as well, he had a very rushed begin.
Both side referees indicating that it lacked depth. We'll have a look at the replay. We got rest from both sides.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the jury are rushing to overturn that, nor the coach rushing to come and help. The coach has come over, but Matteo Crevetti from Italy, 315 kilos, a 20 kilo jump.
You have to be so focused trying to move those kind of weights. 315, only 10 kilos shy of his PB of 325. Very much in control all the way down. 2-1, a good lift. But a red card from the left side. The side we get on the replay. That will tell us everything we need to know. Difficult to argue against. It feel like white light to me. Jury's looking at it. All 4 members of the jury will need to agree to overturn the squat.
317.5 kilos for Richard Clem of Czechia, a 17.5 kilo jump from his opener.
Still looking good. 2-1, a good lift.
Yeah, just gets a depth call from the side we can see here in the replay.
This one does look more borderline to me.
Yeah, again, the jury don't look like they're going to be touching it. Jacek Juszczyk from Poland taking a 20 kilo jump to 330, a matched personal best.
And 3 white lights. A successful 20 kilo jump for the Polish.
Bars loaded, 360 kilos, Czech Kolchak, Turkey.
Cenk Kocak from Turkey, 360 kilos, a 20 kilo jump from his opener. Just been asked to replace the bar there. The side referee saying he needs him to be more upright.
20 seconds, sounds doable.
This is what I mean. If this is something he misses, then, you know, it does really open up it for Pachka. Gets the command, sinks it, manages to stand it up. It was very rocky.
Very powerful.
Oh, and 2-1, a no lift. Gets called for a depth call, which first time around I thought he sunk it, and maybe I'm wrong here. It gets a blue from the center referee, I think maybe for position.
I saw the same thing. I saw a squat that was deep enough to me, but a blue light that was maybe for downwards movement. Jury is not unanimous yet, but some of them are trying to argue that it is indeed a good lift.
Yeah, they're still in discussion, and we'll move on with the competition. He gets sent away. Victor Holinai from Ukraine, 362.5, a 17.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best. It seems like they're not in agreement. It will remain a no lift for Cenk.
25 years old, but has been competing 11 years and
Wow.
still making progress. And 3 white lights for Victor Olnine, a new personal best.
367.5 of the bar. Hall, Kirkbride, Richards, Great Britain, Hatchker, Kutaroo, get ready.
Now jamming out there, ready for his second attempt. Paul Kirkbride Richards from Great Britain, 367.5 kilos. A 20 kilo jump, and this will move him into Scott Silver for the time being, ahead of Holnai, with still Pachka and Sutherland, rest of Bai to follow.
That is moving so fast for such a colossal amount of weight. 3 white lights for Paul Richards.
And he does such a good job of hitting depth really nice and quickly and being very powerful on the way up. Smiling all the way there and all the way back.
This will move Hatchker into provisional silver medal position.
Now, our penultimate second attempt, we have Marcus Pachka, 370 kilos, 20 kilo jump. And if he gets this, he really is edging a little bit closer to Kocak. Of course, Kocak with a monster deadlift on him.
If I had to pick one, I think he had the hardest opener of the bunch.
Yeah, 20 kilos is a big jump. Quite normal for this weight class, but we'll see how it affects him personally. No, it looks exactly the same.
It does. 3 white lights. Successful 20 kilo jump.
Yeah, perhaps it just his style in the way that he squats. Sometimes the bigger athletes do just have this wide stance squat that it's
Yeah,
pretty slow.
maybe he's just careful at the lockout for the bar not to bounce or roll backwards to fall.
Wow, and on a second attempt here, 10 kilos below his personal best of 400. You have Bjorn Andre Setterud Vesterby, like I said, fresh out the juniors, so a real talent up and coming. 390, 20 kilo jump. The European Open record is 430, so not reaching there today. I can't see really a 40 kilo jump happening after this, no matter how good it is.
Bouncy weights at the top, 2-1. A good lift, but a red card from the right side referee. Not the side we'll get on the replay though.
Second attempt at this weight. Depth ball last time. Let's see if you can sink it a bit deeper. Clem and Clavedi to get ready.
And that concludes our our second round of deadlifts, with the heaviest being 390.
I know it looks like deadlifts, but this is squat.
It's absolutely huge. You can see here 390 with Setherud Vesterby, Patchka following with 370, and Kirkbride Richards 367.5. Thorstein Ottersen retaking 305 here. Got called for depth. He was quite rushed last time. He got the command with 4 seconds left to go, so maybe with a little bit more time on the clock here, he'll be able to brace his neck a little bit better.
This one does look better from our point of view, but the referees are closer. And they agree, 3 white lights, a good lift. He gets what was supposed to be his second attempt.
Yeah, that seems about right for me. I didn't think it was necessarily a strength issue. I think he was just being rushed. Yeah, and it's a lot of weight on your back to be rushed.
Bars loaded at 325 kilos for Richard Clem, Czechia.
Richard Clem from Czechia, 325 kilos.
Six red plates on each side. That is crazy. $2.5 kilo personal best on the line for Clem Richard. Two to one, a good lift. One red card from the left-hand side referee, so this time it is the side we'll get on the replay. Looks good to me, but at full speed, especially with these bigger guys, it is hard to judge.
Matteo Cravedi from Italy, 330 kilos for his third and final attempt.
This one's for 5 kilo personal best. And one thing that got me worried here is that he's changing up his routine. We've seen him calm and collected during the first 2 squats, putting his head to the bar, breathing a certain way. This one looks different. We'll see what happens, but we usually know that a routine is very characteristic to a lifter. He's still looking very much in control. He's gonna push it up. Nice. Third attempt for Matteo Cravedi. 3 white lights, undeniable.
The bar is loaded at 340 kilos.
Jacek Juszczyk from Poland, 340 kilos, a 10-kilo jump from his second.
Still pretty speedy for a third. 3 white lights for Jacek Juszczyk.
360 on the bar. Check Kocak. Goes the air.
And that was also very deep.
This way for Kocak. Patchka, Holinai, get ready.
Great squat session.
This will move Kocak up to 5th if successful.
I think Kocak now from Turkey, 360 kilos, got caught in this on his second. He is there in the
360 kilos for Kocak.
holding area. Looking to retake it here on his third. Just got called for depth. He got asked to re-rack the bar the first time round, so maybe if he gets the starting command a little sooner, doesn't have to re-rack it. Again, he'll feel a little less rushed, and it hopefully is better.
Yeah, he'll need to stand directly upright, not to waste energy, and to squat deep enough.
Oh, it's so much better in every way.
2 to 1.
2 to 1, a good lift, but still an opportunity for the jury to review it. But surely they should be satisfied with it.
7.5 on the bar for him.
Let's have a look.
Brad Richards and Sutherland will follow.
Yeah, that seemed good to me. And sometimes when it's that quick, it's just hard to tell, especially when the lifters are a little bigger.
Provisionally with 3 lifters to follow.
Markus Patschka from Germany, 377.5 kilos for his final attempt.
Followed in
Already the last 4 squats of the whole championship, Emilia.
Wow, and they're not small.
But that championship flew by.
Yeah, we've been really treated to some phenomenal squats this week.
Let's enjoy the last one. Hopefully there'll be good lifts. Tremendous amount of weights being lifted right in front of our eyes.
Wow, a huge effort there from Patschka.
3 white lights. And what a way to maintain the correct positioning to be able to push. Great effort out of the German.
Yeah, he's going to want to secure his silver if he can and push Kocak as much as he can.
Yeah, with Timo being out, he really has something to play here today.
377.5 kilos for Viktor Holinai from Ukraine. This will take him into squat silver ahead of Patschka, knocking Kirkbride Richards off of the podium, with Kirkbride Richards still to follow.
That will be a massive PB though, of 15 kilos. Just pushing the rack away, no biggie. He's gonna get his new personal best, 3 white lights for the Ukrainian.
And moves into silver position, knocking Kirkbride Richards off, but Kirkbride Richards now having the opportunity to take that silver back. Of course, Satterad Vesterby already securing gold with that 390. 385 for Paul Kirkbride Richards of Great Britain.
And a gentle pat on the back just to get some extra love, extra motivation. Walking away for a 5 kilo personal best, the gentle giant from GB.
The gentle giant indeed. Puts him in a really strong position to potentially push for podium as well. 385 for a silver squat medal. Yep, and he's pushing through. Wow. What a great call there. A fantastic third squat from Paul and a good lift and a silver squat medal.
All right, we're going to put up 4:05 now. 4:05. This is the Bjorn Klukkerud of Norway.
Really tough out of the hole, but fought super well.
About another 15 kilos up there.
Very, very powerful.
And this is the last
And I think you, after seeing that response, can see why we called him the gentle giant. Bjorn Andre Suttered Vesterby from Norway, 405 kilos, a 15 kilo jump and a 5 kilo personal best for the Norwegian lifter. Obviously already having squat gold. Huge. Looks around before he even locks it out. Risky business there, but gets 3 white lights.
Very risky business, but an undeniable, third squat from the Norwegian. And a nice salute.
I'm not sure I would want to look anywhere, not even with my eyes, with that much weight on my back until it was securely back in the rack. Brave.
Wow. What a squat session that was.
Yeah, in both classes, incredible. Victor Holnay on bodyweight, much light, and sorry, not much lighter than Pachka, which in an open bodyweight class is pretty crazy, with Scott Bronze and 377.5, sorry. Kirkbride Richards with that great last squat, 385 in silver, and Bjorn Andre Suttered Vesterby with 405 in squat gold. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press. We'll catch you there.
Back in action here at the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championship Malaga, Spain. We just had a phenomenal squat session, both in the 84 pluses and the 120 pluses, collecting the bronze medal from France, Amélie Miéger with 217.5. Silver medalist Equine Onoa from GB 250, and with a new world record of 318, Sonita Moulou from Belgium. Now onto the openers of the 84 pluses bench session, openers ranging from 97.5 to 145. First bar is loaded and it goes to Anna Sigurjonsdottir from Iceland. 10 kilos shy of her PB. Just looking to feel at ease with the opener, secure the first attempt, and feel the rhythm of the chief referee. Three commands in the bench press: the start, press, and rack. And she's on the board. 3 white lights, a good lift.
That's a good lift, 3 white lights. Next one in the bar is
Same weights for her teammate Thorbjorn Mathiasdottir, the Icelandic, both hoping to open with 97.5. But this one's closer, only 5 kilos away of her personal best of 102.5. Different strategies going on here with the same opener. Back-to-back sync for both Icelandic, and 2 made attempts, 3 white lights.
1 set on the bar for Queen Aloha, Great Britain, with Golden. Gala, get ready. Bar loaded, 110 kilos for Queen Aloha, Great Britain.
Now into Queen and Ho from GB 110, fresh off a PB of 250 in the squat event. The silver medalist looking to open very close of her PB of 112.5.
Yeah, she's looking really, really strong today.
And like I've said earlier, I've seen her bench 2 days ago. It went great. Improvements to be expected for a queen.
Oh, very easy. And with that 250 squat and that opener, as well as a deadlift opener, already projected a 600 kilo total.
Yeah, she's pretty secure in second position. Should all go well. Next lifter out, out of Finland, is Anina Luotonen, opening with 125. Two to one, a good lift. I'm not surprised seeing yellow here. It looked to me that she almost met the command.
Yeah, the centre referee's happy with it, so she should be fine, but I was also a little concerned. Yeah, it barely even stopped. I think you got very lucky there, if I'm being honest. Yeah, and the jury's overruled it, unfortunately, which is rare if the centre referee says it's okay.
Yeah, but since it was very clear that on the replay, the pause was
non-existent.
Yeah. Now on the platform is Matilda Yale from Sweden, 135. 3 white lights, she's on the board.
142.5 on the bar. Get ready. Last 2 lifts in round 1 for the ladies.
Nice looking openers here.
Bars loaded at 142.5 kilos.
Now, a once world record holder in the bench in the class, Amélie Miéger from France, opening with 142.5.
Now, bench usually is the one that gets tanked the quickest from weight loss, as well as goes up the quickest, usually with weight gain. But her PB, the world record, or now only the European record, the world record was up half a kilo, 166.5. You know, is huge, but she's not a million miles off it with an opener of 142.5.
We'll see how this one moves. It will give us a hint as to what to be expected. Great sink, but I don't think we'll see anything close to 166 today. But 3 white lights for Amélie Miéger. And the last opener belongs to Sunita Mulu, fresh off a new world record of 318 kilos in the squat event. Looking to improve also our bench press. Her PB is 152.5. That seemed fairly comfortable.
Yeah, lovely opener from Sunita. 3 white lights, a good lift, and just like that, she is on her way to a huge total.
Only one lifter yet to be on the board. It is Anila Lutonen at the finish for skipping the press command. Otherwise, so far, so good for our lifters. In 3rd position as we speak, Mathilda Yel from Sweden. 2nd position, Amélie Miéger from France. And in the lead, Sunita Mulu. 2nd attempts ranging from 105 to 152.5. And the first one to step on the platform is the Icelandic Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir. 7.5 kilo jump.
Yeah, she lands just 2.5 kilos below her personal best here, so looking really strong, like we were saying in her squat session. She's very new to the sport, so still pushing the boundaries of where her strengths are.
I think she might have slipped here. A bit of an aggressive drag drive, and we can see the backslide backwards.
Yeah, and you do tend to see those big leg drives with the sink technique, because it does take a lot of power to get that back up once it's there for a while. No, I wasn't watching the feet when she initially pressed, so I wasn't sure, but it just seemed like she was in that sink position for a while, and you know, it's really quite tough to get out of the longer you stay there.
True. And opting for the same 2nd attempt is her teammate Thorbjorn Mathiasdottir, but this one's for 2.5 kilo PB.
It's a little tough.
As expected for a personal best, maybe not so much for a 2nd attempt,
Yeah.
but still 3 white lights.
Yeah, absolutely. I expect to see quite a small jump to her 3rd, unless it was a situation of misgrooving, but it does look like it went technically similarly to the opener.
Yeah, I think here the maximum jump is the smallest jump of 2.5. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense. Now, walking up to the bench is Queen Noah from Great Britain, 115, a 5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best on her 2nd attempt. Already showing that she made some great improvements in the gym and looking to show that on the international platform. Okay, a queen. 3 white lights and a new PB with a lot of room to go.
Yeah, very, very comfortable. Similar with her squat opener and second attempt, you know, looking very comfortable, pushing a considerable personal best on her third in bench as well, I imagine.
Now the only lifter yet to be on the board, opting to retake her opener is Anina Lutunen from Finland, 125 loading on the bar. It didn't look like strength whatsoever, just needed to wait for half a second maybe, not to jump the press command.
Yeah, she just needs to get a bench on the board, hopefully now, so that she can build and gain some extra kilos in that third round. Much better there.
There you go. 3 white lights, she's on the board.
And that's why it's recommended to athletes that you train with press commands in training, particularly as you get closer to the competition with your singles.
Yeah, you really don't want to get surprised on the day. 3 more bench presses to go in the second round. It is 140 now for Matilda Jell from Sweden, 5 kilo jump. Taking time to find the proper fit positioning for the best possible setup. A lot of tension. And just as fast on the way up as on the way down. 3 white lights for the Swedish. Very symmetrical. Very technical bench. Opting for a 5 kilo jump is France's Amélie Miege, 147.5. For a provisional bench gold with Sunita Mulu to go. And this one will secure at least a bronze medal in the bench press event.
Yeah, I think even with the change in bench for Amelie, I would have been surprised to see her off of the podium.
To the one, a good lift, but a yellow card from the right side referee. Could that be for the butt lifting off the bench? Hopefully we'll get the side angle on the replay. Yes, we do.
Perhaps for heaving.
I'm not so worried. It looked like just the arm strings lifting off the bench, not the butt.
Yeah, no, the coach comes over just to make sure, and the jury say it's absolutely fine.
Now, confidently walking up to the platform and the bench is Sunita Mulu, going for a match personal best of 152.5. It's a 7.5 kilo jump for the reigning European and world champion out of Belgium.
Lovely soft touch there from Sunita. And a good lift, 3 white lights, matching her personal best very, very easily. And that secures at least the silver in bench press.
That closed out the second round of bench press. So for the time being, in bronze medal position from Sweden, Mathilde Jell. Second position, Amélie Miege from France. And in the lead, Sunita Mulu from Belgium with 152.5. The third round is starting with Anna Sirjojansdottir from Iceland, 105, reattempting it after missing it on her second attempt. Can she maintain position on the bench?
Now it looks like a similar story to her second attempt there.
There is no lift. That is no lift on this occasion. So 107.5 of the mouth of Torbjörn Mathiasdottir of Iceland next. Onoha and Lord Golden, get ready.
She didn't slide as much, but I think the second attempt cost a lot of energy. She'll stay with her opener. And now her teammate, Torbjörn Mathiasdottir, for the smallest jump of 2.5 kilos to go from 105 to 107.5. 2.5 kilo PB attempt.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the right decision for Thorbjorg. Just asking for them to change the rack height there. So the clock carries on. Thought it would restart there, but perhaps you just wanted to change it last minute and it was a different rack height before.
Yeah, if it was not the correct rack height, the clock should have restarted. I think she didn't quite manage to stay in control at the bottom. No lift for the Icelandic. Did you see anything else? Or was it just a case of strength here?
Yeah, I think that might be the case here. I mean, sinking again is quite a technical way to bench, so a lot has to go right for it to go well.
And looking for another personal best is a Queen Anoa from Great Britain. 120 now loaded on the bar. Judging by the second, I really wouldn't bet against her. She's looking very good so far.
Yeah, and if she gets this with her opening deadlift, she'll just be 8.5 kilos off her total PB. 618.5. Huge.
This one was gonna for sure go up. 3 white lights for a Queen. 6 for 6 and a great outing so far.
Yeah, seems to be cruising through these huge weights. And I'm sure it's not the last time we're going to see her on an international platform based off this performance so far.
Anina Luutinen from Finland, who had to retake her opener of 125, is now opting to go up 7.5 kilos for a 2.5 kilo personal best, 132.5. There you have it, 3 white lights. She manages to cover some ground after missing her first attempt.
This for provisional, bench press silver with 2 lifters to follow. Piaget is likely to take it back, but if Piaget misses, this is silver for Sweden.
3 more benches for the 84 pluses. First one of which is 147.5 from Matilda Hjell from Sweden. 7.5 kilo jump. A bigger jump from the second to the third than from the first to the second, which is unusual. She might have gained some confidence here.
Yeah, perhaps just wanting to push for a bench press medal and gain every extra kilo that she can. You know, it's not really much of a race podium as it stands with the top 3, so individual medals, if they're up for grabs, are worth the risk, it seems, for Team Sweden. It looks good.
So that is a provisional silver medal position and a guaranteed bronze medal.
Seems like the jump makes sense when the third moves like that.
Bar Bars now loaded for Amélie Miéger from France, 152.5 to go from third to first position in the bench press event. It's a 5 kilo jump. That seems within her wheelhouse, but she'll need to be very technical with her sinking technique.
Yeah, really nice and strong there.
3 white lights, no yellow lights this time. She's in provisional gold medal position with only Sunita Moulou to follow.
Sunita Moulou of Belgium. If she gets this, she will take the bench press gold as well.
So for a new personal best and bench press gold in the 84 pluses, the Belgian Sunita Moulou attempting 155.
And if she gets this, based off her deadlift opener, unless she only takes a deadlift opener, it's going to be hard for her not to beat the world record total.
And if she does so, she's really going to climb up the ladder of best lifter of the whole competition.
Yeah, again, something that she might have her eye on currently. Marta Jenner, the 69s with 114.9487 GL.
And not today for Sunita Moulou. So Amélie Miéger walks away with bench press gold. I'm not so sure what happened there. I don't think it was very technical. Maybe just a case of strength for Sunita, which is a rare sight.
Yeah, well, even champions have their limits.
So in bronze medal position, Mathilde Riel with 147.5. Silver medalist from Belgium, Sunita Moulou, 152.5. And with the same best attempt but lighter on body weight from France, Amélie Miéger takes gold.
And we move into the 120 plus now for their bench press session.
Openers ranging from 190 to 255.
Yeah, the European Open record at 270, so maybe in danger from Pachka there.
And for those just tuning in, Timur Samkaradze is out. He has decided to scratch his attempt after injuring his legs during warm-up. Hopefully he'll be back in full effect for Worlds in Germany in just a few months.
190 kilos for Thorstein Otterson from Iceland.
On the slow end, but 3 white lights, a great opener.
195 on the bar. Mattia Cravelli, Italy. Sutulus, Glenn, get ready.
Bars now loaded for Mattia Cravelli from Italy, 195. And he'll need to adjust his wrist wraps before walking onto the platform. Only the belt is allowed to be adjusted on the platform. Very explosive sink out of the Italian.
Yeah, very strong opener. 3 white lights, a good lift.
The same opener for the man who walked away with squat gold with 4 or 5 Bjorn André Cederud Westby, 195. Comfortable weight for Bjorn André.
Yeah, very smooth.
For the good lift.
3 white lights, a good lift.
200 on the bar for Richard Clank.
Of course, ended with that huge 405 squat.
Get ready.
Very few people squatting above 400 kilos.
And sometimes these bigger squats take a toll on your bench with elbow pain. It does not seem to be the case here for the Norwegian. And now in the 200s we go with Richard Klem from Czechia. Opening very close to his PB of 205. Some odd fit positioning, pretty
Yeah.
unusual,
Very far forwards, almost off the platform, in fact.
3 white lines for the good lift.
but 3 white lights and a good lift.
210 on the bar for Jacek Juszczyk. All Poland.
Yeah, actually very close
Kociak, get ready.
to the exit of the platform.
Bars loaded. 210 kilos for Juszczyk, Poland.
210 for Jacek Juszczyk from Poland. Another great sink. And another lovely opener. 3 white lights. A good lift.
12.5 on the bar. Paul Kirkbride, Richards and Brett Dick. Kociak, Holy Knife, Patchka, get ready.
Next lifter out from Great Britain is the dental giant, Mr. Paul Kirkbride Richards, opening with 212.5 kilos. Paul also choosing to have a handoff. And another explosive sink, 3 white lights. Paul Kirkbride Richards is on the board. 3 more openers to go. We have 230, 245 and 255 lined up for us in this first round of bench press. The first of which is Cenk Kociak from Turkey, 230 kilos. Solid opener, 3 white lights is on the board.
And a good lift for Holy Knife. No. Good lift for Kociak, even 245 on the bar for Holy Knife Ukraine. Patchka and Otarsson, get ready.
Now loading 15 more kilos for the Ukrainian Viktor Holinai, opting to open with 245 kilos. Victor also choosing to receive a handoff from the spotters. It also helps setting up not too close to the rack and makes for a better bar path. 3 white lights, a good lift.
With score, 255 on the bar for Marcus Patschke. Bars loaded, 255 kilos.
And the last opener is loaded, 255 for Marcus Patschke. This one couldn't get any closer to his personal best of 255.5. Surely what is or used to be the record in Germany for the 120 pluses. A bit sticky at lockout because he slipped a bit on the bench, but he's on the board, and so are all of the 120 pluses. Have a look at the replay. You can see as he reopens his elbows, he slides backwards on the bench, which doesn't help. So for the time being, in that third position, Cenk Koçak from Turkey, 230 kilos. Second position, Victor Olinay with 245. And what you just saw, Marcus Patschke leading the charge with 255. And the lifter who opens the second round of bench press is already on the platform, Thorstein Otharsson, 202.5. It's a 12.5 kilos for the Icelandic, which makes for a 2.5 kilo PB attempt. He looked to be in control on the way down. Might be a case of strength here for the Icelandic. Was 12.5 kilos too big of a jump, or was this a technical issue? He'll get one more shot at it in the third round of bench press. A slightly smaller jump for the Italian Mattia Cravedi from 195 to 205. Grunting as he unracks the bar. He'll need to replace the bar with only 10 more seconds on the clock. He needs to extend his elbows. 5 more seconds. Is he going to be able to beat the buzzer? Yes, he is. And I think re-racking and unracking a second time might have cost him a lot of energy. This is why you want to present the bar correctly the first time. Otherwise, it comes and bites you back. Opting for the same jump of 10 kilos to go from 195 to 205 is Bjorn André Sederud Westby. Pacing for a PB on the third.
Strong. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Finally, a successful second
Yeah,
attempt.
I was going to say, it's nice to see it, and you know, you don't expect to see so many misses in a row on second attempts. Hopefully, Sederud Westby sets the tone for the rest.
12.5 kilos for the Czech Richard Klem. Make it to 12.5 on the bar. That would be a massive PB of 7.5 kilos. That same feet positioning.
Hey, almost like a Larson press.
But he's so strong with his upper body. 3 white lights, a good lift, and a new personal best for the Czech.
I could be wrong because it could work really well, but I can't imagine him getting loads of leg drive in that position. No,
He looks to
I
be
guess,
getting
yeah.
some.
Oh. I could never relate with the length of my legs.
A 10 kilo jump for Jacek Tucik from Poland. From 210 to 220.
Yeah, just 2.5 kilos below his personal best here, so hopefully this is comfortable and he's on the way for a PB.
Three white lights, a good lift. Pacing well, pacing very well in the comp. Next out is the gentle giant, Kirkbride Richards ball from GB 222.5. You can see him in a good mood before attempting a 10 kilo jump.
And he's just having the best time, and I'm having the best time watching him too.
Yeah, you just have to love it.
And doing his best to pace himself, hoping that maybe Holland makes a mistake somewhere along the way.
That sinking technique is working well for him. 3 white lights, and he's loving it. Having the best time.
240 on the bar.
I wish he had more attempts.
Make it 8 attempts, please.
Yeah, I'm happy to watch.
For Paul. Another 10 kilo jump, this time for the Turkish Cenk Kocak from 230 to 240.
Seven and a half kilos below his best. Cenk's been competing for quite some time, so to see this sort of progression pretty consistently is very impressive.
Making progress when you are already elite. Tough ask. Wow, okay. That looked like an opener. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Perhaps pacing himself for a total PB, which would be something. His total PB, I believe, is 1,018 or 19.
I'm sorry, what? 1,000? Now it is Victor Olinain's turn to bench his second attempt. 15 kilo jump to make it 260, just 1 kilo shy of his PB.
Yeah, I think it might be a misload there, which was spotted by the lifter. It was loaded up on one side with an extra 1.25, which you will feel the difference even if it's as heavy.
A rare misload by the spotters for a long championship. They've been so good, so fast, and so safe.
Yeah, the last session of the day, of the championships even.
It must get tiring catching the bigger guys like this.
Yeah, you have to be on guard. This is 1 kilo below Victor's personal best.
It's still looking pretty good.
Yeah, seems to be in good form.
He has nowhere else to go than a PB right now.
This will pull him back into the lead. Exit the second round. The bar is loaded.
And to close out the second round of bench press, the bar is now loaded for the German Markus Paske, 262.5. That would be a new personal best for him, and most likely a new German record. He clipped the rack but kept on pushing.
It's a
Three
good
white
lift,
lights.
3 white lights.
And for those of you wondering at home, it is not forbidden to clip the rack. He will be ruled a yellow light if it is judged helpful by the referees, but it is rarely the case.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if I've ever seen clipping the rack be a helpful situation.
So for the time being, in a bronze medal position from Turkey, Cenk Kotsak with 240. Silver medalist, as we speak, Viktor Holenay from Ukraine at 260. And in the lead, Marcus Pachka with 262.5. Opening the third round is Torstein Ottarsson reattempting 202.5. He missed it on the second. It looked like a case of strength. That 12.5 kilos seemed greedy at that point, but can he correct? Not today.
No, that is no leg. Sorry, no.
So 1 for 3 in the bench press event. He'll need to regain some momentum and go all out in the deadlift event to cover some ground.
Yeah, got a little hurt by squat and bench.
Now, a lifter that almost timed out his last time out on the platform is Mattia Gravedi from Italy. He had to re-rock the bar and unfortunately couldn't manage the attempt. So retaking 205. So he just needs to extend his elbows the first time out.
Below his personal best is something, hopefully, that he can come back and get here. There we go, that is way better. Less rush this time, and a good lift, 3 white lights.
Great comeback.
Very good, okay. 2:10 on the bar for Bjorn Sutterud of Norway. Clem, Justin, get ready. Bars loaded at 210 kilos for Sutterud.
The best squatter of the flight, attempting 210 for his last attempt. A 5 kilo jump for Bjorn Andres Sutterud, West by.
For a 2.5 kilo personal best. And well en route for a PB total as well, so the opens are suiting him well.
Manages to lock it out. 3 white lights, undeniable. A new personal best from Mr. Westerby.
Justin, Kirkbride Richards, get ready.
Now until Richard Clem the Czech, who's already had a new personal best of 212.5, looking to increase it by 7.5 kilos, attempting 220.
Really quite hyped up for this final bench.
It looked different at the bottom, I reckon.
Yeah, his feet seemed to slip before he put them down. And so I just think there's probably less tension in his body as a result.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite find the right positioning this time. No lift, but he still walks away with 212.5, a new personal best.
I think also another factor there was it just maybe too heavy.
It could. Very much could. Now, walking up to the bench is the Polish Jacek Jutzik. Going from 220 to 225 or 2.5 kilo personal best. Couldn't manage the load out of his sink. No lift for the Polish. Now someone with a contagious smile and energy. Walking up for his third is Kirkbride richest ball from GB, 230 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
Yeah, been looking really strong so far. His final squat was a great grind. Let's see if his final bench is the same. Oh, that is so good.
Looks like he managed to squeeze every kilo he had. 3 white lights and a new PB in the bench press event for Paul Kirkbride Richards. Great bench press event. And the last 3 benches of the whole championship.
Wow, and hasn't that flown?
We have 245, 265 and 271 lined up for us. The first one being for Cenk Kocak from Turkey, a 5 kilo jump. And that looks extra good for a third. 3 white lights for the Turkish. That was a lovely third.
Yeah, really, really nice. He's already got that bronze secured. Silver and gold still to be determined.
So now hoping for the smallest jump possible. 2.5 more than his second attempt. Make it 265 for Markus Patschke from Germany.
And I thought that record would be in reach for somebody here, and it seems like it was. So a couple of big benches coming.
Absolutely. So this one's to extend his provisional gold medal position, but too heavy on him today.
Yeah, he got absolutely everything he could out of that second attempt.
He stays in the lead, but we have one last attempt. And what an attempt it is for the Ukrainian Viktor Holenin, attempting 271. What would be a new European Open record.
Also give him the chip should he get this as well, and he's currently in silver and less than 20 kilos behind Kocak heading into deadlifts, although deadlifts will separate them considerably.
And what I'm wondering is, why didn't he just chip it? He could have made it 270.5, decided to go 271.
Well, I suppose at the end of the day, if he is trying to potentially hope Kocak misses, every extra half a kilo probably will count.
Maybe he worries that some of his opponents will chip the world or European Open record in the deadlifts.
Perhaps. Could be a strategy.
But for now, let's focus on Viktor Holenin. 271 in his hands. Come on!
Wow! Look at that.
That's some big boy bench. 3 white lights and a new European Open record for Viktor Holenin.
How impressive is that? Let's look at that again. Records just shouldn't move that quickly.
then we
just 25 years old
7 minutes to change openers for the
and
ladies.
destroying
Chance to grab
the
it
European
from,
Open record. So bronze medalist of the bench press event from Turkey, Tens Kotzak with 2:45. Silver medalist out of Germany, Markus Patschke, 2:62.5. And the gold medalist with a new European Open record is Victor Olinain, 2:71. In subtotal for the time being, third Bjorn André Sutterud West by 615. Second position, German Markus Patschke, 6:40. And in the lead, Victor Olinain, 6:48.5. We'll see you in about 10 minutes for some great deadlift action. See you then.
I wanted more. I'm hungry for more. The outcome couldn't have gone any better.
Hello and welcome back to the final session of the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Malaga, Spain. We have the 84 plus and the 120 plus deadlifts to come, and as you can see, subtotals are absolutely massive here with the 84 plus, and we have some huge deadlifts coming up, ranging from 185 to 245. Craziness is about to ensue. Kicking us off, we have Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir from Iceland, 185.
Three white lights, a good lift.
185 on the bar for Torbjörn from Iceland.
Getting the through was a struggle, but she managed to do it, and she's on the board. Total is secured.
Now have Torbjörg Matthíasdóttir from Iceland, 185 kilos.
And three white lights. She's also on the board. Both teammates from Iceland have their total secured.
Yeah, and that's what you're really looking to do on your opener. You're not looking to push the boat out too far. Matilda Hjal of Sweden, 185 for her opening attempt.
And three white lights, a good lift.
200 on the bar, Anna of France. Lotoden, Onoha, and Bolo to get ready. Bars loaded, 200 kilos, Amélie Liège, France.
Amélie Liège from France, 200 kilos for her opening attempt.
Three white lights, she's on the board.
Three white lights and a good lift for Luke Golden of Finn. No. From Liège, 215 on the bar for Amina Lotoden of
A
Finn.
very clean lockout.
Onoha, Bolo, get ready.
No doubt whatsoever.
Anina Luutinen from Finland, 215 kilos on the bar for her opening attempt, looking to secure her total. Solid looking opener there.
Three white lines for Amina. 240 on the bar for Quinn Onoha, Great Britain. Bolo, Sigurjónsdóttir to get ready.
Our penultimate opener now, coming from Quinn Onoha from Great Britain at 240 kilos. Quinn has a personal best of 263.5 kilos. She hit at British Nationals in November. And I know that her gym deadlift since have been pretty monstrous.
Loaded at 240 kilos. But a great Aloha, great return.
Snappy pull.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift, and seems like the championship of the deadlifters.
She's gonna destroy our personal best.
Yeah, and we can see what else. Let's see how high she can push that today. Opening last, we have Sanita Müller from Belgium, 245 kilos. Has a personal best of 267.5, which is a European record, world record belonging to Brittany Schlater from Canada, 273, so just a little bit above that. There's a big back and forth all across the world for the record in the deadlift and the 84 plus.
Yeah, we have some big pullers. Talking about Natalie Lalai. That was a great pull. 3 white lights is on the board.
And just like that, everyone has secured a total, which is amazing to see, and they can push these big deadlifts even further now.
Sonita already has 750.
Yeah, which is just 14.5 kilos below the world record total, which belongs to herself. See what she does here. Looks like she's going to try and obliterate that in her second. Should she get that second attempt, she would land on 735.5 as a total. And into our second attempts, we have Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir from Iceland, 200 kilos, 15 kilo jump.
And 3 white lights. She gets her second attempt. A successful 15 kilo jump.
Loaded 200 kilos, the Powerlifting of Iceland.
Þorbjörg Matthíasdóttir from Iceland, 200 kilos, also taking a 15 kilo jump. This already would give her a 7.5 kilo total PB.
They've been neck and neck all day, both Icelandic lifters, but the bench has costed a lot to Hanna.
Good lift, 3 white lights.
3 white lights, a good lift.
Loaded 200 kilos, Hilda Hjalla, Sweden.
200 kilos remains in the bar from Matilda Hjal from Sweden.
And a good lift, 3 white lights.
207.5 of the ball. Amélie Liège of France. Leopoldo, Adoha, Hulot, get ready. Bar loaded, 207.5 kilos, Mierge, France.
207.5 kilos for Amélie Mierge from France. 7.5 kilo jump. So not the biggest jump in the world, but
Maybe just securing the total, really putting out of reach of the rest of the pack.
yeah, I'm not sure anyone could take her bronze medal now, but just to make sure.
Looked like a reasonable second attempt.
Three white lights for the good lift from Mierge, 2:25 and above. Anina, Golkonen, Finland. Odoha, Bolo, get ready. Bar loaded, 225 kilos. Golkonen, Finland.
225 kilos for Anina Luutinen from Finland. A 10 kilo jump from her opener. Currently sat in deadlift bronze. It doesn't look like that will change necessarily, as long as she gets this lift.
Gets it. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, and it looks like she's likely to walk away with the deadlift bronze medal, which she seems very happy with. Still one pull to go for her though.
This will temporarily move a Quinn into deadlift gold medal position. Currently sitting in silver and silver in total. But Sunita will probably
We are
close the day.
almost through the second round of deadlifts with 2 lifters to go. Quinn Onua from Great Britain looking to move back into deadlift gold ahead of Sunita. 255 kilos on the bar, leaving her 12.5 kilos off of the European Open deadlift record, which is just a little bit above her personal best in competition, but a little way under it out of competition. This would also give her a total PB. And what can you do but laugh?
3 white lights, and with only 3 years of experience, she seemed to be competing with the best deadlifters in the world.
Yeah, she is definitely up there and maybe soon to be with them. And talking of one of the best deadlifters in the world, I told you she'd be going for it, and she is. She definitely told everyone coming to this competition, set expectations high about what she was going to achieve, and she felt like she wanted to prove a point that she could do so. Sunita Muller from Belgium, 265 kilos already, by far your European champion. This is to move her into deadlift gold, but more importantly for a world total record of 735.5 kilos, extending it by 4.5 kilos.
She already has her name well in the history and record books of powerlifting, but for another shot at greatness, 265 for Sunita Muller.
Oh, and she's going to lock it out. Did she manage to get that lockout? 2-1, a good lift and a new world record total. Let's have a look at that again at that lockout position and see if the jury are happy with it. And it looks like it will stay. And that is a new world record for Sunita. Absolutely incredible as we head into the third round now. Wondering if she will come back out for a third or leave it at that. We'll have to wait and see as we head into our third round and final round of deadlifts.
Bar
Thorbjörg Mathiasdottir from Iceland, 212.5 kilos. Just too heavy today, unfortunately.
Not today for Pontio. So 212.5 of our now. Amelie Mierge will not change her position in deadlift or total. This is fourth and third respectively.
We now have Amelie Mierge coming out for 212.5 kilos. Already has bronze overall secured. It would be a big ask for Xiao to meet her there at the 582.5 total. So just to finish the day off strong, Amelie Mierge. Fantastic final effort from Amelie.
3 white lights. She gets all 3 attempts in the deadlift event. And in a great display of sportsmanship, she takes a few seconds to thank the referees for their time and their involvement in the sport.
Hanna Sigurjónsdóttir from Iceland for her final attempt, her last lift of the competition. Taking a 20 kilo jump to 220, again seeing a lifter go from 15 kilo jump to a 20 kilo jump here. So here comes Sigurjónsdóttir for that 220 kilos, a 10 kilo personal best on deadlift should she make this, and a 12.5 kilo personal best on total.
I think she's trying to recover the ground she lost in the bench press with one final pull. Not here today, no lifts for both the Icelandic lifters in this third round of deadlift.
Just 4 deadlifts remaining, and isn't it exciting with some of these numbers we're seeing coming up on the board. The lightest of the 4 at 225, which just goes to show how heavy it's getting. Matilda Xiao from Sweden, 225 kilos, a 25 kilo jump from her second. This is to pull her into bronze overall, ahead of Mierge. And into deadlift bronze, 225, a 25 kilo jump. We thought it would be a big ask. 25 kilos is a big jump, but not impossible.
Come on.
Oh, wow. She did very well to get it moving that quickly off the floor, but unfortunately just a little too heavy today, and Mierge is now safe in bronze.
Yeah, it went up very quickly, so I thought for a moment she had that.
Yeah. And hey, there was no other number that was worth doing, really. If you had the opportunity to pull for podium,
You have to.
yeah. And she's going to end up in 4th, which is where she would have been anyway.
Bars loaded, 232.5 kilos. No more changes to open this for the back. No more changes.
We now have Anina Lutinen from Finland, 232.5 kilos for a 2 kilo personal best. Already has deadlift bronze secured. So it'll be a 7.5 total PB.
lack of lockouts, no matter all of the referees on the platform.
And just 2 deadlifts remaining, and I promise you they are huge, huge attempts here.
Of Great Britain, this will be a European Open record if successful. It will also be the most anyone has ever deadlifted in British powerlifting as a woman. So, there's that. But mainly, European Open record. It will get her provisional deadlift gold as well.
We now have a Quinn Onua from Great Britain, 268 kilos for a new European Open record in the deadlifts. Absolutely huge. This would be to take it away from Sunita. 268 kilos, also the biggest deadlift in British history. 268 to take her into deadlift gold ahead of Sunita, to take Sunita's European record as well. A mammoth final pull from the British lifter, Quinn Onua.
What a sensation that would be, especially with her being so new on the scene and already a monster deadlifter. 268.
5 kilos below the World Open record. This is enormous. Sticky at lockout, but she manages to get there, it looks like. And 3 white lights, a good lift, and a new European record for a Quinn Onua. Absolutely crazy. Takes it from Sunita. And it doesn't look like Belgium are dropping their numbers. So it looks like 275 might be the number. So she is already in a very strong position. She's taken best lifter by over 10 GL points already. 124 GL points is currently what she's on. She's now jumping 10 kilos. The best ever GL points we've seen is about 130 from Agata Shitko, followed by Sunita at 123. So she's already beaten her best GL points. 275 kilos for a new world total record and a new world deadlift record. She is not pulling punches here, bearing in mind she left a squat behind. And I think she's just teasing us there. Unfortunately, I would have loved to see it, but comes out and says thank you to all the spotters and loaders and the referees. And she still walks away. She says, I'm so sorry to everyone. I think she knows we wanted to see it, but not today. Maybe just a tease of what we might have soon. And that concludes the 84 plus category. I got myself very hyped up for that.
It was a smart decision from Sunita.
It was, you know, she has no one chasing her right now. She's already broken the total record. The deadlift record is safe for now, but 12 weeks time in Germany, I'm sure many people will take it and exchange it. So in deadlift bronze with 225, we have Lutunen with 265, we have Muller, and in deadlift gold with a new European record, taking it from Sunita, we have 268. And overall, your bronze medalist from France, Amélie Merger, your silver medalist from Britain, Quinn Onua, and your European champion from Belgium, Sunita Muller, with 735.5, a new world record.
She was in a class of her own today.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
Way too strong.
And we head straight now into the 120 plus. We have some huge openers there on the board, all the way up to St. Kocak with 370. And kicking us off, we have Thorstein Otterson from Iceland, 280 kilos.
A bit sticky at lockout. Expected for a conventional 3 white lights, a good lift. He's on the board.
285 on the bar from Mattia Craveni of Italy. Justic and Sutterwood, get ready. Bars loaded, 285 kilos. Craveni, Italy.
Matteo Crivetti, 285 kilos. Very smooth opener there from Mattia.
Good lift, 3 white lights from Kravetti. 300 on the bar for Jacek Juszczyk of Poland. Glenn, get ready. Bar loaded. Juszczyk, Poland, 300
Jacek
kilos.
Juszczyk from Poland, 300 kilos.
Three white lights is on the board.
300 on the bar, Bjorn Sutterud of Norway. Glenn, fully die, get ready.
These 120s so far, 120 pluses, have been looking to open pretty far of their personal best. Just managing to secure a total. And then building onto that.
300 kilos for Bjorn Andre Suttered Vesterby, Norway. Very comfortable.
Three white lights.
300 on the bar now for Richard Glenn. Czechia, Holiday, Patchka, get ready. Bar is loaded, 300 kilos, Richard Glenn, Czechia.
Richard Clem from Czechia, 300 kilos on the bar. Pretty popular opener within this flight.
Good lift.
Three white lights, and once again a unique technique. He had a very unusual feet positioning in the bench press. This time a unique knee travel during the movements.
Viktor Holinai from Ukraine, 310 kilos. And prognosis in silver behind St. Kochak.
Fresh of a new European record in the bench press event. And the momentum keeps on going. Three white lights, a good lift.
49, 315 on the bar for Patchka, Germany. Kirkland, Richards, and Kochak, get ready.
Yeah, and historically, Kochak has not been always consistent with getting all of his deadlifts. So, with making probably quite big jumps,
Bars loaded at
you know, if he misses one, he could be at risk. He's not so far ahead that he is out of the clear.
And this is not to take away anything from Viktor Holinai. These are just stats and trends that we've been noticing from lifters.
Absolutely. Markus Patchka from Germany, 315 kilos.
Three white lights, a good lift.
15 on the bar for Paul Kirkbride, Richards, Great Britain, Kochak, Otharson, get ready. And for me, a sideshow of Paul dancing as he waits to come out is well worth it. The bar is loaded, 315 kilos. Paul Kirkbride, Richards.
Paul Kirkbride Richard, 315 kilos.
Kochak, Otharson, get ready.
Currently in fifth on prognosis, but only 5 kilos behind Patchka. Sorry, no, 25 kilos behind Patchka. 10 kilos behind Sosred Vesterby.
Was that 315 beltless?
It seems to be, yes.
Good lift.
Such a character.
And I think he's won the hearts of everybody in the crowd.
All right, 370.
You have to love him.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much support he gets from a bunch of strangers on his third deadlift.
Especially if he pulls for position.
Absolutely. It helps to have friends. 370 kilos now, a considerable jump up from those competitors. Sen Kochak has a personal best of 400.5 kilos. Obviously held the record for Tima Sam Karadze. Looks strong, he has to be careful of those shoulders as it gets a little bit heavier, but for now it is a good lift.
So everyone's on the board in the class.
And as you said, everybody is on the board. Kochak leading, of course, with that 370, followed by Pachka and Kirkbride Richards. We head into our second round. As you can see, Kochak ahead with 975, followed by Holonai, and just behind him, Pachka. The podium seeming pretty set right now, but with 2 attempts left with these bigger lifters, it is really hard to say because they do make such big jumps, 20 kilos, 25 kilos, that one missed lift can really shake things up. You can see the second attempts here. Kochak jumping to 385. Some other lifters choosing to make slightly bigger jumps, so it could shift the board around somewhat. And like we said, Holonai has that chip that he got in bench, which may come in really quite useful as he's making bigger jumps than Kochak. Now into the second round, Thorstein Ottersen from Iceland, 300 kilos.
And 3 white lights. Solid second attempt.
Followed in 302.5 kilos for Cravedi of Italy.
Matteo Crepedi from Italy, 302.5 kilos, a 17.5 kilo jump.
Three white lights. Where can he take his deadlift is the question.
The bar is loaded for Richard Clem from Czechia, 312.5 for his second attempt.
Two to one, a good lift, a red card from the right side referee, sorry, for lack of lockouts. So that could be for either the knees, the hips, or the shoulders not being locked out enough. I think the knees are fine, the hips are fine, and from that side, The shoulder's fine. The jury seems to agree.
Jacek Juszczyk from Poland, 320 kilos, a 20 kilo jump from his opener. Nice and speedy still.
Another solid attempt.
Bjorn André Satterved Vesterby from Norway, 325 kilos. Takes him into deadlift silver for the time being. That'll jump around a lot. We have a lot of lifters in a similar sort of weight area.
He makes easy work of this 25 kilo jump. 3 white lights. A good lift. And we still have 4 more attempts in the second round of deadlifts.
Now Victor Holinai from Ukraine, 332.5 kilos. Like I said before, making a bigger jump than we're seeing Kochak make and putting some pressure on. Should he get this and Kochak make his second, he is just 9 kilos behind. And like I said, that chip's going to come in useful. He is the heavier of the two. But let's see how this 332.5 moves first. It pulls him into first overall for the time being.
This one will give us an idea as to what to expect for his third. Significantly harder, but to be expected with that kind of jump. Still 3 white lights. He might be able to lift 8 more kilos, that is for sure.
Absolutely, and it's not unusual to see final deadlifts miss. So if somebody else does miss, he's in a really good position if he's able to get it. 335 for Markus Patschke from Germany. Looking to move into deadlift silver.
Bar loaded, 335 kilos of Markus Patschke, Germany.
It'll be a 5 kilo personal best on deadlift and a 20 kilo personal best on his total. No, unfortunately not. Just seemed to lose balance there at the top, and he shakes his head as he comes off. And like I said, one missed lift can change a lot. He's currently sat in bronze overall, but that could hurt him with both Satterved Vesterby and Kirkbride Richards, who could chase him off that podium. As I mentioned earlier, both names to keep an eye on. And here comes the crowd favorite, Paul Kirkbride Richards, 335 kilos. This will pull him to 4th overall for the time being, edge him closer to that podium. Strong looking second attempt.
3 white lights, a good lift. And should one miss, he might be in a position to pull for the podium.
385 on the bar for Cenk Kochak, Turkey. This will not change his deadlift projected position, but it will move him into gold medal position exiting this second round.
Now the final second attempt before, Alex, we go to the last part of the entire championships, the final deadlifts, the final round, the last hurrah. Saying Kocak from Turkey, 385 kilos, a 15 kilo jump. Deadlift gold seems pretty secure in his hands, but still put him back into gold overall ahead of Holinai. Oh, yeah.
That's trouble.
And I said he is extremely strong, but his success rate on deadlift is not always reliable, and it takes nothing away from how strong he is. It's just what we've seen from the past, and it really opens up the door, like I said, for Holinai.
And you're only as strong as your grip in deadlifts.
And if Pachka makes his last lift, he matches Chenk's total, but is heavier. So they may want to pop that up 2.5 kilos if they think it's doable. You can see here it's all quite close around the podium. Holinai versus Kocak, Pachka versus Kirkbride, Richards and Sutterud Vesterby. Very, very interesting to say the least as we head now into the third and final round. We can see almost all of the third attempts that have come in thus far. Some big ones are going to change. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of attempt changes through the next 5 minutes.
Depending on who misses, who gets their attempts. Strategies of the coaches to maybe bait the opposition too.
We've already seen one attempt change come in from Sutterud Vesterby, so they only have one left, whereas the advantage of the others still have 2 attempt changes left.
Yeah, he's pulling to match Marcus Pachka, but beat him on body weight.
Thorstein Otterson from Iceland, 310 kilos for his final pull of the competition for a new deadlift PB.
This one won't pass the knees. He's done for the day. No lifts.
On this occasion. 320 on the bar for Richard Clem, Czechia. Juszczyk and Pachka to get ready.
Richard Clem from Czechia, 320 kilos for his final pull for a 2.5 kilo deadlift PB and a 7.5 kilo total PB. And the bar is loaded. Some huge pulls to finish off the championships. That's a great final effort.
3 white lights and 3 for 3 in the deadlift event for the Czech. He ends up with 857.5. That's provisional 8th position.
Jacek Juszczyk from Poland, 335 kilos. Provisional silver on deadlift with still 6 lifters to follow. Be a lot of back and forth with that. He is the lightest of the 3 lifters to take this weight, the 2 other lifters to follow, so he'll remain in silver provisionally if he gets this until at very least Sutterud Vesterby makes an attempt.
Gave up early, I think.
Yeah, maybe feeling a certain way, maybe knows that he doesn't want to push past it. If he knows that it may hurt him, or he knows his limits. Perhaps he knows he doesn't have a grind in him. Lots of reasons why he might drop it. Markus Patschke from Germany, 335 kilos. Looking to secure that bronze position. If he misses this again, he is in danger of getting knocked out of position by, like I said, Satterud Vesterby or Kirkbride Richards. No, and he can't get it, which means he is in danger of being knocked off the podium.
Yeah, Bjorn Andres Vesterby is very much looking to surpass him for that podium spot.
Satterud Vesterby would have had to add 15, which he has, and Kirkbride Richards could still drop, I believe. We'll have to wait and see what the teams do. GB, I'm sure, will let Team Norway pull and then make their decision. Mattia Crevedi from Italy, 335. Pulls him into deadlift silver for the time being. Just cleaning the bar down, as is the rule between each final attempt, giving each lifter the best opportunity possible to get their final attempt. This is a huge 32.5 kilo jump from his second.
Especially considering that it is a 22.5 kilo personal best attempt. For a provisional silver medal in the deadlift event.
Wow. Again, I'm surprised to see it, because considering the jump he made from his first to his second was half of that.
But still, it was pretty close. Maybe you pull off 5 kilos of that bar and he gets it.
Norway. This for provisional deadlift silver and provisional overall bronze, with 3 lifters to follow.
Just that sticking point right over the knees.
Interesting.
Very hard for these bigger guys.
Now, I'm sure GB watching in the wings, as they are, as Bjorn André Satterud Vesterby from Norway goes out to pull 340. It's a 15 kilo jump, and this will pull him into bronze overall, ahead of Patschke, who missed his second and third attempt. And I said it happens quite frequently, and it has. First for Patschke and maybe for Kochak. If he gets this, he pulls into pole position for bronze. And he does. 3 white lights, a good lift, fresh out the juniors, and doing a good job of potentially getting a bronze medal, his first ever open.
Yeah, he needed that personal best of 7.5 to pretend to a podium.
And we've seen a drop from Kirkbride Richards, as expected. This is now,
Great coaching.
yeah, 7.5 kilo jump. He's the heavier of the two, so he needs to get a bigger total by 2.5 kilos. Can't just match it. And this is exactly what he needs. A 7.5 kilo jump from the second, 342.5, and as expected, so much love and support from the crowd. This is to pull into bronze overall onto the podium, his first ever international competition.
The gentle giant will need a giga deadlift to pull onto the podium.
He's pulled 352.54. Let's hope on international platform he can do a little less than that for a lot more.
Show us something, man. Come on.
And then crowd roar. It looks like he can lock it out, but I hope that was Oh, unfortunately not. And he sends love to the crowd, to the spotters, to the referees.
What a guy.
And I hope to see him again soon on the international platform. I think everybody in the crowd wanted him to get that.
Was indeed very close. But yeah, lack of luck out and supporting on the thigh signal for Paul. The last two deadlifts of the whole championship, Amelia.
Yeah, it is so very nearly done. And two mammoth pulls to end off an amazing week of lifting.
So this is for silver. The bar is loaded.
This is for silver overall, and to make it pretty hard for Cenk to regain the title. Viktor Holinai from Ukraine, 345 kilos. Deadlift silver, but more importantly, to try and secure the European title ahead of Kochak.
Extending the lead now is crucial to force the end of Kochak.
And he gets it moving, wow. And it looks like he's locked it out. Is the lockout good enough?
He's
Yes,
done
it
his
is.
part.
3 white lights, a good lift, and he extends his lead. And I am wondering if we'll see a jump from the Turkish team. It looks like we have. He's moved up to, I assume, what he'll need, which is 390. And after missing 385 on grip, it's a bit of a big ask. He's deadlifted 400 before, so it's something he's been able to do, but not every 400 kilo lifter can always lift 400 kilos.
It is hard to replicate that kind of top level performance.
And so the final pull of the championships, a huge 390 kilos and a pull for the win. How else would you want to end the week of lifting?
Absolutely. One last pull for the win for Cenk Kochak from Turkey. After missing 385 on grip on his second attempt, he's jumping 5 kilos for the win in the 120 pluses.
Absolutely phenomenal end to a phenomenal week. This would give him a 995 total, one he's been able to get before. As you said, he missed this on less than this on a second to pull back into the lead and take the title of European champion, Cenk Kochak from Turkey. One last time, one final pull for the title. For it all.
Ukraine, Turkey, you get to decide, Cenk. It is your time to shine. 20 seconds to pull the bar.
And I think he's starting to feel the pressure, but he has to get it going if he wants that crown. And he holds on to it, but can he lock it out? No, the same problem once again. And it looks like Ukraine's Holinai is European champion this year. Absolutely incredible, and a much closer fight. Of course, Sam Karadze getting injured in the warm-ups. We send those best to him.
Hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, really threw a spanner in the works. And so in deadlift, bronze, we have Satharad Vesterby from Norway, 340. In silver, Viktor Holinai from Ukraine with 345. And in gold with his opener, Cenk Kochak from Turkey with 370. And overall, your bronze medalist, Bjorn André Satharad Vesterby from Norway with 955 on bodyweight ahead of Pachka of Germany. In silver, Cenk Kochak with 975 from Turkey, and your new European champion from Ukraine with a total of 993.5 is Viktor Holinai. And what a championship it has been. We're going to have the medal ceremony very shortly for the 84 plus and the 120 plus. Thank you so much for joining us all week. Please do stick around. I've been Amelia Potter, joined by Alexander Nordin, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next time.
one gold with a new record of 318 kilos. It is, of course, Belgium's Sonita Moulot. Well done, ladies. Great competition, thank you. And now to bench press. In bronze medal position with 147.5 kilos from Sweden, it is Tilda Hjaller. Taking silver with 152.5 kilos from Belgium, it is Sonita Moulot. Bench press gold with also 152.5 kilos. It is France's Amélie Mierger. Well done, ladies. An absolute pleasure to watch. Thank you. Now to Deadlift. In bronze medal position with 225 kilos from Finland, Nina Norkonen. Deadlift silver with 265 kilos is Belgium's Sonita Moulot. Deadlift gold with 268 kilos for that record. It is Great Britain's Quinn O'Noha! Fantastic stuff, thank you. And now, it's time to crown our 84 Plus Open European Champion 2025. In bronze medal position with 582.5 kilos from France, it is Amélie Mierger. Taking silver with 638 kilos, it's Great Britain's Quinn O'Noha. And your 2025 84 Plus Open European Champion with a massive 735.5 kilos. It is, of course, Belgium's Sonita Moulot! Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Belgium. Thank you. If you will please return to your fellow competitors at the back of the platform, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our super heavyweight ladies a huge round of applause as they follow our technical controller from the platform. And before that, we're just going to do a best knew that. In third place, this is an IPFTL points with 114.1564 from France, Solvan Factrapal. A representative from France, please. Cyril. Congratulations, Cyril. Okay, second best lifter with 114.9487 GL points from Norway, Marta Jenna. Is Marta here? Do we have any representatives from Norway? It might have to be Bjorn handing it to himself. Ah, we have a representative. Okay, and the best lifter with a massive 124.0296. She's definitely here. It is from Belgium, Sunny Taylor! Now, best team. So in third place, best team, the lifters are from the Netherlands, Nijenhuis, Amri, Van Daal, Dekkers and Denise. From the Netherlands, third best team. Anyone still here from the Netherlands? No, okay. Second best team, the best lifters in reverse order. Downs, Anitayo, Vidal, Onoha and Irawo. So any representatives from Great Britain at Queen? Well done. I'm sure you'll have an out to your comrades. And best team. In reverse order, it is Alabert, Maltalin, Bouchou, Perrault and Pal. It is France! Best team ladies, France! Ici Clara! For the best team, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you, ladies. If you'll return to your respective places. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our lifters a round of applause as they follow our technical controller from the platform. Heavyweight men, are you ready? Victor Holinay. Squat silver with 385 kilos goes to Great Britain's Paul Kirkbride Ritchie. And squat gold with a massive 405 kilos, it is Norway's Bjorn Sutterud. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you. And now to bench press. Taking bench press bronze with 245 kilos, it's Turkey's Cenk Kocak. Bench press silver with 262.5 kilos, it's Germany's Markus Patschke. Bench press gold with that new record of 271 kilos, it's Ukraine's Victor Holinay. Thank you, gentlemen. Great job, thank you. And now to deadlift. In bronze medal position with 340 kilos from Norway, it is Bjorn Sutterud. Deadlift silver, 345 kilos, it's Ukraine's Victor Holinay. Deadlift gold with 370 kilos, it's Turkey's Cenk Kocak. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you. And now it is time, finally, to announce our last European champion in the 120 plus class, Open European Champion 2025, in bronze medal position overall, with 955 kilos, from Norway, Bjorn Sutterud. Overall silver with 975 kilos from Turkey, Cenk Kocak. Which means that your 120 plus Open European Champion 2025 with 993.5 kilos total from Ukraine, his name literally means winner, Victor Holinay! Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Ukraine. Congratulations, gentlemen. If you would please return to the back of the platform, we will now award Best Lifter and then Best Team Men. And then once the ceremony is finished, please don't go anywhere because we also want to do a very special announcement, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So, Best Lifter, first of all, in third place with 113.8095 GL points from France, Coco Clément! Oui, Coco! Ah, Cyril! In second place with 114.1792 IPFGL points from Norway, Kjell Bakkelund. Who is not here, so a representative from Norway, thank you sir. One of the most cardios that we do. Congratulations, Kjell, in absentia. And continuing the theme, the top best lifter with 116.4064 points from Great Britain, it is Ade Omisaki. Do we have a representative from Great Britain? Oh, we do! Mr. Kirkbride Richards! On the podium, go on, chop chop. Thank you, gentlemen. Now to team awards. In third place it is España, with the lifters Munoz, Perez, Almadejo, Vázquez and Campano Diaz. Alex.
Yo me quedo.
Well done, España. In second place, the team from France, consisting of Biden, Sion, Ramboville, Perrault and Clément. And it gives me great pleasure to announce, ladies and gentlemen, that the best team of men is Great Britain, consisting of the lifters Diva, Pickering, Chinye, Ayandokun and Omisaki. All of you have gone home. Go on, Paul. It's your moment in the something. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the best team men. Thank you, gentlemen. So we are now going to return our athletes to their respective places.